Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special podcast with your host, PurpleSuns, and your other host. I keep complimenting you, but right now you just never mind.
Yeah, you're
This
really
is Jay the
fucking us up.
Creator,
What's up, everybody?
and this is the guy that created this whole podcast and made this thing work.
Goddamn
So-
welcome.
Like always, we're glad that you're here. We don't know why you're here, but you're here with us, so let's hang out for a little bit. Today's a Friday. We're chilling. We had some burgers.
Had some
we
burgers, had some drinks.
some drinks.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a little lost in the sauce right now.
Forgive them.
So, if this podcast doesn't turn out the way that, it usually goes, I do
feel
apologize.
like you're saying that every single podcast.
Not every
Come
single
on now.
podcast, but fuck, man, I don't do well when I'm drinking, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
But usually people are a lot more talkative when they drink. Don't you think? Like if you were to have drinks on standby and drinking, you wouldn't be able to talk the whole time. People,
I'm sure I would be, but the thing is that when I drink, I tend to go off like on a tangent, and
that's what people
I
like.
talk about shit that I'm not supposed to be talking about, and
We could always edit. We could edit it out.
we would edit it out, but then we would only be left with like a 20-minute podcast.
Some people have busy lives and they want 20-minute podcasts.
Well,
I mean,
ours
there's 5-minute
is minimum.
podcasts out
Ours
there.
is a minimum of an hour, so
Ooh, you're making it tough. But yes, what time is it? It's almost 12 a.m. But we've done a podcast like at 1 a.m. before.
we have, yeah.
And that one was
also,
great.
We weren't drinking. I don't think so.
I think we were sipping, or I was.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't remember, obviously.
Yep. I remember I had some sort of drink over here, like by my computer. But anyways, there's, with summer coming about, and especially here in Chico.
What do you mean coming about?
Like
Summer's almost over.
no, it's not almost. I feel like right now it's kind of like prime time. There's early summer, and then there's summer where, there's hella shows going on. There's hella shit going on deep into summer.
Okay.
I feel that's when everything's going on. So right now is the best time to just do shit. So we've been looking at, there was some silent disco shit going on here.
Well, like,
could you imagine that? Like I was telling JTheCreator here that the silent disco thing, it looks fun.
Jesus Christ with that fucking dog, man. Oh my God. I can't even hear you right now with the fucking
Shut
dog.
up, dog.
Yeah, shut up.
And the dog shuts up. It almost shut up.
Okay. So, for the audio list, I don't even know if you guys can hear the fucking dog in the background, but
I'm not picking it up.
It's your guys' new dog.
Yeah, we got a new dog.
You had a dog that passed away. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast, but
You probably heard it in the background on the podcast.
but they got a new dog, and what a fucking barker that dog is, man. Jesus Christ. I tend to notice that with little dogs. That's typically why I hate
They
them.
always bark, huh?
Yeah, dude, they just won't shut the fuck up. They always bark. And I have a medium-sized dog, and it has been a long time since I've heard him bark. Actually
He only barks when he needs to bark.
I would say so, yeah.
Well, I mean,
like when even if he sees another dog, he'll like growl and shit, but
yeah.
he never barked. I don't know if that's necessarily a problem, but
Maybe that would be a good alarm dog. The little dogs, like if you're sleeping, some nigga comes into your house, you have a little dog.
I mean,
that keeps barking.
If somebody like comes near the house, my dog, even if my dog doesn't bark, he lets me know.
Yeah.
That somebody's at the door. He'll go check to see, if there's anybody coming in.
I need a dog like that.
Yeah, because I'll be, chilling in my bed, and I live in an apartment, so there's a couple that lives right across from my door, and they'll come home to their house, but it sounds like they're standing in front of my door, and my dog gets concerned, and he'll go check it out, see if somebody's gonna come in.
That's cool.
Yeah.
like there was a. Do you remember when I was at Louis' house? He had the German Shepherd.
Yeah.
That dog, and believe it or not, we came from the bottom. When me and Gabby first got married, we lived in a trailer, like in the back of
Yeah, I remember that trailer.
my brother's backyard. He had a large plot of land, and it was like a trailer that you could live in, actually.
Yeah.
And that's where we started out, paying like what, $400 a month just
Not
to
bad.
live there.
Yeah.
And it came with everything. But in that backyard was Yuka. He was like a big German Shepherd,
Yeah.
and that's all he did. He would guard the whole perimeter. And whenever we got home from our jobs or whatever, he would always like walk us from the gate all the way up to the trailer, and then he basically he tried to check the trailer too. He wanted to go in to do his rounds, and then
Yeah.
he would leave.
Man.
But I never seen that dog play. I never seen that dog do anything fun like that. He was just always in guard mode. And he
yeah.
wasn't like a mean dog. Although in terms of other animals, he killed a goat or two. Because
I heard about that. Yeah.
yeah,
Never saw
'cause
it, obviously, but
my brother, he had two goats. So there was like the mother goat,
yeah.
and then there was
a
the baby goat.
He killed a goat.
And I think he got through the gate because there was two halves to the backyard, and the dog was on one and the goats were on the other. But when we left from the trailer area, we would, lock the door. But I guess this time we didn't lock it correctly, so he was able to penetrate the other side. And
So it's your fault the goats died.
probably.
Jesus, did you
And
ever,
then he
did you ever pay your brother back for the goats?
No. Although I wish I did.
Jesus, you could still do it now.
But you remember, well, I've paid my dues. I've done
Okay.
nice things for him.
Okay.
But the dog got the little goat first. So this goat was like 2 years old, maybe a year old,
Yeah, it
maybe
was a
less
baby.
than that. It was a baby. So it was basically like a dead goat, and then the mother was just there. But then like a day or two later, the mother died too.
Probably from a broken heart.
No, you got killed there.
Oh,
So he got through the gate again.
did you forget to close the gate again?
See, I don't know if it was us. He might have just found
A way
a way to
fucking
get
around?
through.
Yeah.
That was just my assumption.
German
We're
Shepherds
the
are pretty
ones-
smart, so
they
it
are.
wouldn't be too crazy to think that because
Yeah.
my
Yes.
my uncle had German Shepherds, and they were staying at my mom's house for a little bit, and on the side of her house, she has a gate, but it's like a small human height gate, right?
Yeah.
But on the side of it, there's no spikes.
Oh.
So this dog it saw another German Shepherd. One of my uncle's friends was standing in the front waiting to talk to him with a German Shepherd for some reason.
Yeah.
And the boy German Shepherd saw the other dog, and they started like freaking out on him, and he jumped and used the side of the gate that didn't have any spikes. He used it as
Damn.
like a way to get over it.
So he knew,
Which
like,
is-
if he went through that way,
He wouldn't get hurt. Yeah. Like, fuck, man.
Isn't
That
that
feels fucking-
interesting? Like,
I mean-
he knows. Like, even though he hasn't felt what that feels like,
Yeah.
he still knows that that's not gonna hurt.
Yeah. Kind of weird. But yeah. So
Wow.
fucking,
Well, yeah,
fucking
dog-
innovative, those dogs.
Yeah.
Those German Shepherds.
I think that larger dogs are smarter than. Is it wrong to think that larger dogs are smarter than smaller dogs? That's what I think.
I don't think that's a bad assumption to make. I mean, the bigger the dog, the bigger the brain, no?
I mean, we got big dummies.
Like, it's not like that small dog has the same size brain as my dog.
Hmm.
I wouldn't
But
think.
humans, haven't you seen a big dude that's a dummy?
Yeah. But that's
That's a human.
yeah, I would say that's different. That's a human.
That's the same thing.
No, not necessarily.
How?
Like German Shepherds, right? They fall under a specific breed.
We're
so they have
specific, breed.
specific. Hold on, Jesus
All right.
Christ, man!
Explain.
All you're
it.
gonna do is fucking interrupt me during my explanation.
All right. I'll let
Fucking
you go.
German Shepherds, those are a specific breed, and they were bred for something different than those fucking small dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Given the fact that humans, we're all the same,
Yeah.
right? Depending on how smart we are, just depends on what kind of education or experiences we go through during our early stages in life, compared to, animals that were bred for one specific reason. Like German Shepherds, they were bred for, I don't even know what exactly.
But sometimes it's genetic. Even if you're the same breed, sometimes genetically, there's no way you would get the same IQ. I wonder if it's the same for dogs.
Oh, you're talking about people?
Yeah, people.
What do you mean?
I'm saying, I wonder if that could apply to dogs too. Even though, you know how, you could have 10 people and they could all have the same education, but there's still going to be some humans that aren't as educated. And you'll have some that slack off just by
Just because of who they
genetics.
are? Whoa, dude, you're falling
Or
into
how,
very racist waters right now. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. Just let you guys know, Jay, the creator of the Huevos Weenies podcast, does not advocate for this racism that PurpleSuns
I'm
is
saying
putting out
genetics,
there.
like they have some sort of brain disorder, right? You could pass that down genetically.
Oh my god! All right,
That has nothing to do with race.
you were making it sound like it did.
So you don't think dogs
just
can
saying.
have genetic defects within their breeds?
They all do, especially the purebred ones. Like purebred German
Yeah,
Shepherds,
so-
they don't live as long because.
So some dogs are dumber than others, even if they're big dogs.
No, I'm not saying dumber. I'm just saying they have genetic
am I defending-
disabilities.
Why am I defending little dogs right now?
I don't know,
Like
man.
we
You
started
get-
this podcast, I'm saying
You
oh,
get
little,
on these weird tangents where you defend something you don't even necessarily believe in.
I
I don't understand it.
always said I need to be a lawyer because I could defend anyone. But speaking of dogs, have you ever seen a white German Shepherd? I never even knew they existed, but I like a few years ago there was a coworker who actually bought a white German Shepherd.
Yeah.
And they look exactly like a German Shepherd, but they're white. But I would imagine, yeah, there they go.
Yeah.
They just don't have the color that
a German Shepherd
a
is
German
supposed to
Shepherd
have.
would
Yeah.
have. I mean, they really are white. That's incredible. I wonder how much they cost. Put white German Shepherd for sale. I would say $4,000. I haven't even looked. I'm just. How much is your guess? What's your guess?
I'm gonna guess like 1,500.
1,500. Ooh, okay. Let's see. We want to buy a white German Shepherd. I want to see some damn prices here.
You know what the fuck?
What's that whole 21 years crap that's on there?
1,800.
Oh, 1,800. Okay, so far we see 1,800,
2,000.
2,000.
Okay. 1,500. All right. Yeah. So
Okay.
1,500 plus.
So you could spend like a stimulus check on these dogs. So
Still,
it's not out of your reach.
I wouldn't fucking buy a dog like that.
Oh, I would rescue one, but there's no way I'm gonna get one rescuing it. I mean, those things, if there was one that needed to be rescued, it'd be gone quickly.
Well, fucking German Shepherds have their faults as well as a
They
breed.
do. They have
Like,
back problems, spine
Yeah,
problems.
I know. Yeah, they only live for like 10 years. It's very unfortunate. But
And isn't it weird that smaller dogs also they live longer than larger dogs? Larger dogs tend to have these spinal problems because there's more weight on a certain part of the body, and then
Yeah.
they can't move, such as the German Shepherd.
well, like the German Shepherd thing, that's just due to a bunch of inbreeding that goes on to try to keep
exactly. And-
the pop.
And we fuck these dogs up. How do we get from a wolf to a Chihuahua,
That's true.
or a wolf to a Yorkie,
That's
which I
also-
have?
That's also true. But I mean, like I don't know if it's the Yorkie necessarily, but some of those smaller dogs were bred to kill smaller ferret animals.
Exactly. They were little hunters.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they don't use the big ones for those, but they use the smaller ones
Interesting.
for ferrets and rats and shit.
Yeah, we noticed as soon as we got her, she had more of like a hunter instinct. We have a Yorkie, like I mentioned, but when you take her out for walks, she'll notice squirrels. She'll notice everything, things that you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah,
typically.
it's just instincts, They
Yep.
just want to fuck up something small.
Yep. And it's funny. We bought like these little, I guess, bones, but they're not really bones. They're like, some are rubber textured bones, or just like little tiny bones. You could probably find them throughout the house, but
Yeah.
she knows. Like, once I gave her one, she took it somewhere and then put it on the living room, and then she grabbed the other one. It was like a 3-pack, and then just put it in separate rooms. And then the final one, she put it like right there in the one of these rooms, like the kitchen. But she started like trying to dig, so she was like
To
trying to
bury
bury
it?
the
Yeah.
bone.
It's weird when dogs do that. I always wonder, like, you're gonna eat
Yeah.
that later with all the dirt and shit on it?
I guess so.
Fucking dogs.
I don't even think they were gonna go back to it. I think that's just, I mean, that's their thought at the time, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's funny how she knew to spread them apart throughout the house.
Yeah. Do you think Joe Rogan has become the Gwyneth Paltrow of dudes?
No, I see that.
I do.
Well, we could discuss this, but after our talks, and we could explain, or we could talk about this. I saw the clips, and it's what people are saying is not what he said, and I thought the same too when I saw the headlines, and that's how I remembered it.
Okay.
And it made sense, but then I watched the clips again, and then I knew where he was coming from.
Okay. Where was he coming from?
So people are not going to know what we're talking about right now.
All right, so for people that are out of the loop, Joe Rogan, popular podcaster, has been, for months now, or I would say over a year now, ever since this fucking COVID shit started, has been, against masks, against vaccines in recent
I don't think he
podcasts.
was against it. I don't
No?
think he's ever said he was against it.
Oh, okay. I take that back then. But he has said that if you're young and healthy, you don't need to take the vaccine. That's what he believes.
Yep.
Okay? You
But-
agree with that?
Yeah.
All right.
So we could start from there.
Okay.
So why wouldn't you need to take the vaccine at that point?
He has said because if if you're young, healthy, I'm assuming he means that your immune system will naturally just kill off the COVID-19 infection.
See, I thought the same too, but I listened to the podcast and watched the clip.
Okay?
And just like any healthy person would get the flu, or just any, and I'm not even saying COVID is as simple as the flu. What I'm saying is, even if you're healthy, you could basically contract or get these illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
So what he was talking about was that you won't necessarily die.
Okay.
So that's why he mentioned the whole exercising thing and the being healthy part, is because the people who die are the ones that are more prone to dying.
Okay.
So I thought, from reading the headlines, I remembered it this way. I was like, oh, like you can't catch COVID if, you're healthy or anything.
Okay.
But it's really, you just won't, your chances of dying is a lot lower if you're healthy and fit and young.
Okay.
So that's what it was.
That's what he was talking
Yeah.
to. Okay.
So I would recommend anyone who thought like I did to just go back to those clips and see them again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just a reminder, we are also just two dudes who typically don't know what we're talking about on a podcast. So don't take our words as fact, but god damn it, when there's issues, we're going to fucking talk about them.
Wouldn't the same be said for Joe Rogan? Hasn't he always said he's just a dummy
see,
who talks on a podcast?
That when you're starting off like two guys like us, yeah, that rule is applicable. But when you have a podcast that millions of people listen to, not only that, but when you have like this community that takes everything you say as gospel, whether you like it or not, then it's fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
So
unfortunately, you have to watch what you say when you get to that level.
So you're saying at your level, we won't be like this anymore. So you know how we started out saying offensive things,
Yeah.
non-PC things.
Yeah.
So are we going to not be able to
Eventually.
have any? Then what's the fun in that?
I mean, we are still
for the
gonna,
money?
No, like we are still going to be able to talk about the things that we want to talk about, joke about the jokes that we want to say, but at the same time, we can't just say
Say it on the
jokes
air.
at like the high school level. You know what I mean?
But we do that outside of the mic.
Outside the mic is fine because that's
So
just
why are
between
we
us.
being fake on the mic?
Because
And I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to be. He's someone who could actually take sponsors dipping on him.
when you're at that level, yeah, of course.
So I'm saying that's what he always stood for. Basically, is you don't have to basically bow to sponsors. You just could be yourself, talk about what you want to, no matter what your views are. He's had plenty of people that have different views, down to Alex Jones, to Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and they're all different people with different views, and it's not bound by people who control you by threatening you to take away ad money.
That was before he
And
signed his deal,
I know damn well, even 10 years from now, there's always going to be talk amongst the cousins that is dirty as fuck, raunchy as fuck, and I'm gonna laugh at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have drinks with them, and we're all gonna have some raunchy ass talk.
I think we could both agree that everybody has shit that they say off mic or off camera, what have you, that they wouldn't want anybody else to hear. But because we started this podcast, we have an obligation to kind of pander to our viewers. If you people are willing to listen to us and see us on YouTube, God fucking bless you, because,
But I'm saying we could change that.
we're not going to be the ones to change that.
Nah, probably not us, but
Not us, yeah.
kudos
Somebody
to
else,
us.
well, yeah, it's fucking somebody who's more qualified.
But
to
that's
change that
exactly
shit will
what
take
even
over.
South Park was doing back in the day. Oh, animation shows shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to talk about that on a show. People are going to be offended.
I mean, with a show like South Park, yeah, they were definitely the front runners to
And it's
a
hard
cultural
because
shift.
if you were them, creators of that show, and people were threatening the network, saying they're not going to watch any of your shows, then you would most likely, in general, I'm not saying us,
Yeah,
I'm saying in general, it'd be easy just to say, all right, maybe we'll lighten it up at that point, or maybe we'll think about it a little more and just go about it another way. But I kind of take inspiration from just shows or just any media content that stands up to that, because right now it's just so cool to cancel things, and if you have a different view than I do, then let's cancel them, or you shouldn't follow someone. And for me, I follow a lot of people I don't agree with. I follow, like, if you were to look at my Instagram, I follow a lot of crazy people that I don't necessarily agree with, and it gets me mad. Like, I see what they're saying and it makes me mad.
yeah.
Like, I literally had to not be on Instagram for a day or two, or whatever it is, Twitter,
Yeah.
but I can't unfollow them because I know it's a good thing to see where they're at, or you gotta pay attention, because if you cancel them, they'll just go somewhere else, and then there'll be a danger because you won't know what they're talking about. There could be colluding to do something that you're not aware of, or you want to be aware of all the information, what other people's thoughts are. So you don't have to agree with it, you don't have to debate it, and you don't even have to
Did you see Joe Rogan's podcast with Dr. Rhonda Patrick? I admit that I haven't.
I saw highlights on
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah, same here. I saw highlights, and obviously during the podcast, whenever Dr. Rhonda Patrick was talking about COVID, he was very combative, which I thought was kind of funny, because whatever other medical subject they were talking about in past podcasts, he took as gospel. But now that she's talking about COVID, he's like all about these what if questions.
I don't know, I gotta see it.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying.
We can skip past that then.
It's basically, even like, he could say what he wants to say. Even like with Alex Jones, He says a lot of crazy shit I
I
don't
mean,
agree
but dude,
with.
that's Alex Jones though. Like everybody knows to not take Alex Jones seriously because he's just a
Yeah.
crazy guy.
But then there's a lot of shit that he says that is true.
Like what?
Like back then, or like 12 years ago, 10 years ago, he was saying that, big companies, big tech companies like Google, things like that,
Okay.
they actually had back doors with the government, and they had some sort of spy program, and basically everything that Edward Snowden was saying, Alex Jones was saying before that. But everyone at the time thought he was a crazy nut.
Yeah.
So there's little sprinkles of it. Um, but I'm just saying that there's a lot of crazy shit that he says that ends up being true, but then there's a lot of crazy shit that he says that is
Ends up being
actually
not
false. So
Okay.
I'm not saying to take his word as gospel. I'm just saying I don't think we should deplatform anyone.
Well, no, we're not talking about deplatforming anybody necessarily.
And I don't think anyone should be protected. Like, I don't think anyone should be banned because we're trying to protect the public from absorbing that information. I think the public needs to decide for themselves, because you're always going to have dumb people. Like, you can't protect them. You just let them absorb what they want to absorb.
I mean, dude, we have people fucking eating horse paste and shit to try to combat COVID when you could just get a vaccine.
So you think if we were to limit the content they were to see, you don't think they would have crazy ideas on their own?
No.
Like these people, there's a thing.
No.
There's what is it? Survival of the fittest, I think.
Okay.
And these people will always get weeded out.
I mean, yeah, when we're put into that type of situation, like obviously with the pandemic, people get the virus and end up dying, unfortunately. But with survival of the fittest, shit, I forgot the point that I was gonna make. My bad.
No worries.
What were you saying? Just repeat that last part that you said.
I'm just saying, if we were to basically limit the content that they're able to absorb, or basically guide them towards content that they need to see. We both know people that no matter what, they're always going to believe in conspiracies.
Yeah, no but what. Like with social media, it doesn't help.
Yeah, but it's like not going to do it any worse.
Like if we didn't, no, it does. Like with Facebook, for example, like all these people, they get these fucking crazy ideas just because they saw a post on Facebook.
So if there wasn't Facebook, you don't think they'll find another site?
They'll find it on another site. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. They're always going to find a way. These crazy people are always going to be crazy.
Maybe so, but I don't think.
But we shouldn't limit the information that they gain as well. We shouldn't guide them towards the information that they need to absorb. Like, oh, don't look at this, look at this.
But then that comes up for debate as well. Like, what information do people need to see?
I think we need to show them all the information. Just lay it all out. And people need to decide for themselves. Because what we think is right could be wrong. Who says we're right? It could be anything. I'm not talking about the pandemic. I'm saying everything.
Okay.
Like, we could feel like we're right, but that's exactly what they feel.
At this moment in time, due to science, I feel that I am in the right. So I kind of agree with you there.
Yeah.
What I feel right now may not necessarily be right, but again,
yeah, that's what we feel
with the chances of with the chances and where things are going. Right now, I feel on the right.
But I think it's very healthy to listen to the crazy shit as well and debunk it. You don't have to throw it away. You don't have to get it out the media.
But I think that's where the problem lies. Like, yeah, we can expose these people we can expose these people to the ideas of these crazy people, but typically they don't go looking for the answer if it's right or wrong. They just see it and take it as fact. Like
no matter what, even if it was there or not.
All right.
Either way, I'm just saying. I think all the information. Like if I have someone that I don't agree with,
okay,
I feel like I should be able to listen to it and observe it, and then come up with a way to. Or come up with my own representation of what is correct, and then let them know. So just a public discourse, right? And that's how everyone learns. just the public discourse of ideas.
Okay.
I don't think there should be a central way of getting information. I don't think we should limit anything. It's just like the whole drug thing. How the government tells us, oh, weed's bad for you, or marijuana. Now it's good. We legalized it.
I still believe that.
Yeah.
Weed is bad for you.
Oh, I mean,
it's not good in the long term, I would say.
Okay. But I'm saying it does a lot of good for people. Or I'm just saying that we should have the right
to decide for
ourselves what we put into our body, instead of the government or someone looming over us telling us that we shouldn't do it and telling us what to think.
Okay. So if somebody wants to be dumb and smoke weed all day for long periods of time being like months and years, then they should have the right to do that.
Because it's their body.
Okay.
And if they do smoke weed all day, then guess what? That was bad parenting.
Okay. I agree with you there.
So,
right. So you agree? Your body, your choice.
Yeah. My body, my choice.
Yeah. So how do you feel
the
about...
whole thing about the Texas thing, I don't agree with that. I think everyone should have the right to, just like what I said, they should have the right to have an option to do what they want to do with their bodies. If they want an abortion, they should have an abortion.
Okay. I was about to lead you into that one, but you beat me to it.
Yeah.
All right.
But
yeah, isn't that so
what I'm
fucking fucked that Texas would do that? You can get arrested for getting a fucking abortion in Texas.
Come on, Texas. I know.
Like, bro,
I know we were giving you... We were talking about Texas throughout these episodes.
Hell no, I ain't never going to fucking Texas. Bro, Texas can go fuck themselves. You dumb motherfuckers.
Come on, Texas. If you're in Texas right now, you got to do something about it, because honestly, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Like, how is that shit okay? You fucking determine what happens to a woman's body.
There's no way we should be able to do that.
And for sure, it was men who did it.
And what is what's the cap that they're saying? Like, is this 6 weeks, or at 6 weeks they can't get an abortion?
Something like that, yeah.
Something crazy.
But then you can't tell if you're pregnant unless it's 6 weeks, right?
Exactly.
That's fucking weird.
There's many, because you don't notice shit until late in the process, or late enough that it's over the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
It's fucking stupid.
This isn't the Middle Ages where we need a,
I mean, bro, if a woman wants to go get a fucking abortion, let her. What the fuck? Why is this even up for debate?
Yeah.
It's not that hard of a thing to agree on. But apparently people in Texas say, nope, pro-life. I'm pro-life. What happens to that baby after it's born? I don't give a fuck, but I'm pro-life. Fucking dumbasses.
It's funny because we have a lot of guy talk here, but we're very pro women as well here. I mean, with the whole OnlyFans thing.
Sex
and I'm
workers,
not saying with the whole OnlyFans like, oh, women should always show their bodies. I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
like, look, man, if somebody wants to be a sex worker, then they have the right to be a sex worker and not be judged.
And who tends to go on OnlyFans, or who tends to be the content creators? It's always women. So and there's always these dumb guys who try to make up the rules and say, oh, like, these are all hoes and things like that.
So stupid.
And this is the exact same mentality with the whole Texas thing, only they're older. And their kids, they're the ones going on OnlyFans.
Yeah, man, it makes no fucking
Talking
sense.
Shit.
Like, we're definitely pro women on this show. Like, fuck, man, I just feel for you women. Like, this shit is not okay at all.
Exactly.
At all.
So
if you're a woman in Texas, I fucking feel for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you need to move.
Yeah,
man.
you need to move.
That's the thing.
You need to move.
I was thinking about, that was always one of my options, is going to Texas. If the whole it was always like Las Vegas or Texas or even Oregon.
Yeah.
But
not anymore, huh?
I can't support that.
Yeah. I mean, of course, dude, you moved to Texas, and next thing you know, you accidentally get your wife pregnant, and then what are you gonna do then? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently you can't like go out of state to get an abortion either.
Yep.
If I remember correctly. Somebody correct me on that if I'm wrong.
So these are our politicians. They're supposed to represent us, and I don't think is that the majority consensus in Texas?
I mean, unfortunately, the people had their chance, and they fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the ones who vote, who represents the state.
See, that's what we need to do more of. Instead of talking all this shit,
Get out there and vote.
Exactly. And we've done
God
that
damn.
many times
Yeah.
here.
I know.
In our
I mean,
county.
we fucking heard it before from our cousins saying voting doesn't matter. Bullshit. Voting doesn't fucking matter.
At, one person, they're thinking about it as one person. So that's why they don't vote. Not knowing that there's other people thinking the same thing. And then they don't go.
I mean,
But
one
if
person
everyone-
turns into 200 and 200 turns
exactly.
into 1,000 and then,
Yeah. And that's how we've taken this approach to our show. We don't care if there's one person listening. We don't care if there's 20. Like, we feel that it'll basically just naturally grow.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yep.
But,
So one person matters. I'm saying, like, if we had one extra person listening to our show, that'd be great.
that'd be awesome.
And that's not something I'm just saying lightly. So yeah, we voted down to the local level, down to the presidential level. No matter what our views are, we still went and did our thing.
Because we're fucking Americans.
Here we go, baby.
We have a goddamn right.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm hoping within, I don't know when, was there some sort of, like, I really need to catch up on this particular news. All I know is like the big shit, like what's happening, but I don't know who made the decision.
Yeah. Okay.
And are these people almost up for a re-election? Like, we need to get these motherfuckers out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. But fucking just Texas needs to get there.
Yeah.
The people of Texas need to do something if they want to overturn that. Because, it's just bullshit.
See?
In my opinion.
So, as I was saying, if they were to, I mean, I hate getting political on the show, but I do see where you're coming from when you say, because we've talked about it before, there's these, basically just a lot of right-wing old dudes that just make stupid decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, there's stupid people on both sides, but I'm saying just stop
Just
looking
upsetting.
past.
It's just upsetting when like there's a stupid person in power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just fucks it up for everybody.
But I'm not saying anything about the right wingers per se, but I'm saying about these. And sorry, this is a Hispanic podcast. I'm just saying these old. They're usually white.
Typically white. Yeah.
These people who don't have a sense of what's going on around them. Texas, it's becoming a lot more diverse with lots of cultures, especially Hispanic.
Yeah.
There's a lot
it's
of
right
Mexicans,
next to Mexico, and
they don't have a sense of what's going around in their own communities. And Mexicans, they tend to have a lot of kids. Some of them, they have their kids. Some of them need to have an abortion just because life circumstances.
And of course, if you can't fucking afford a kid, why would you have a kid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
like, I'm sorry for the pro-lifers that listen to this, but
yeah.
I just don't think every single life needs to be born.
Yeah.
We're overpopulated already, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't need more fucking people on this world.
If the pro-lifers were to come out and just want to discuss instead of just writing the bills without telling anyone, then that'd be fine. We have a right to vote, right? So if we were to hear them out, we just not vote
like
for
why
it.
do you think women shouldn't get abortions? That's the big question I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what gives you the right as a man?
A lot of it is
to
religion.
Declare if like, oh my god, here we go again with the fucking religion. Jesus
It
Christ.
is.
I don't like to talk about religion on this show either because these fucking these people know my stances. I'm a Catholic. I love Catholicism, but it's the people that run the fucking church that I have a fucking problem with. God damn, man, these fucking assholes, pastors and preachers and fathers, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves,
making everyone else look
fucking
bad.
Yeah, dude, making the religion look bad.
And that's what I'm saying about the right wingers. I'm saying
the head people that make it look bad.
People, why are you making it look so bad? Why are you so out of touch? There's plenty of people who are conservative or liberal or whatever who have good ideas no matter what side they're on. But the main people who make up the rules, they seem to not be in touch with their own communities, like I was saying.
Yeah, I think I talked about it off the podcast, but these people of power, specifically, I'm talking about the church, and more specifically, I want to say the Christian church. I know that has nothing to do with Catholicism, but it goes hand in hand. Okay, unfortunately, I don't want it to, but it does. Christians and Catholics, they're like fucking bread
as
and
as an organization.
as an organization. Yeah, we all believe in the same God, but unfortunately, we get lumped up together. But anyways, I was watching this this fucking video of this like Christian pastor doing like some fucking sermon, and he was just talking mad bullshit about how God is gonna punish the liberals. Bro, do you like the fucking nerve of these fucking pastors to think that God cares that much about American politics? You know what I mean? It's like, dude, get your fucking head out of your ass, bro.
God bless America and no place else.
God loves America, and he hates those damn left liberals.
God was American. God damn it.
Like, oh my God, man. It's just so stupid. Like, whenever I hear pastors talk about shit like that, it's just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And the fucking dummy ass people listening to him, taking his words as gospel just because he's a fucking pastor. That's like the main aspect that I hate about religion. Like, 'cause, like, let me clarify this. All right, I forgot where I heard this quote from, but fucking the pastor or the father, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he's supposed to be the representative of your specific church, right? He's supposed to be teaching you the rules of God and God's will, so and so. But the church being run by man, and in turn, man is not perfect, right? That's where these fucking bullshit ass ideas of people politicizing religion come into play, and he's spreading out all this fucking gospel bullshit to people, and they're eating it up. Like, God wouldn't want any of that. I wouldn't imagine. Like, even me saying all this, even me saying all this shit, I don't know what God wants. The pastor doesn't know what God wants. Nobody does. Nobody can talk to God. God is God. He just does whatever the fuck he wants. If he wants to kill everybody on the earth, he can. Why doesn't he do it? I don't fucking know. He's God.
Yeah. And I think that's the most frustrating part, right? Is where they say things acting like they're the ones who are getting this information from God, when everyone basically
I know.
Everyone has their,
that pisses me off so much.
Everyone has their own meaning or their own significance as to what God does for them. But for them to say, "Oh, God talked to me today, this morning," things like that. You've seen pastors like that.
Yeah.
It's those are the I'm sorry. Those are the kooky ones, right? So
yes, they're fucking crazy.
But hey, this is America today, and
very unfortunate.
Our
but,
past our past six podcasts have been like this, but hella shit has been going on in America.
Yeah, and I know we say that we don't want to talk about politics or religion, but unfortunately, these are the big things that are going on in America right now. I swear to God, if anything big was happening in the gaming community, I would be talking about that.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, nothing big happens in the gaming community.
Yeah, because the gaming community, they're still dry of graphics cards, so no one could get any graphics card unless you want to pay like $2,000 for a graphics card.
Yeah, and who the fuck wants to pay $2,000 for a graphics card? It's ridiculous.
So yeah, I guess the whole thing today is just make decisions for yourself. Stop trying to intrude on other people's decisions, right? And if you
let
believe
women get abortions, Texas,
exactly. So that goes along with what I'm saying is don't intrude on other people's decisions, as well as try to dictate what they do in their life. So if someone wants to be a dummy, let them be a dummy. If someone wants whatever, some dude could
somebody wants to eat horse paste, let him eat horse paste.
Exactly. And but also along those lines, I feel like we should have the ability to give them facts as well. So it should go both ways. They shouldn't just be absorbing everything. But I'm just saying they should hear both sides. But if someone wants to take out a loan for $200,000 and blow it all in a casino, should we protect them?
No.
I mean,
that's just a stupid move on their part.
Exactly. So, fuck. People are complicated.
I think if anything, I'm just getting frustrated with
I know.
just how dumb people are.
Believe me, if it was up to us, we wouldn't even talk about this shit. But it's just too out there not to discuss. And
I mean, like instead of getting a vaccine, people are eating horse paste. Like, where is the logic in that? Like, I swear, I know you guys listening to this are tired of all this COVID talk. You know what?
We're with you.
I'm fucking tired of it too.
Yep.
But you know what? Like, the fact that these dummies are eating horse paste, that is not okay, even at a human level. Horse paste. Oh my god! It's just
we can't make this shit up.
Like, yeah, that's the worst part. I'm not even lying about this. It's a real thing that's happening. Fucking people are ODing on horse paste just because they don't want to take a vaccine. I don't know the long-term effects. We don't know the long-term effects of these fucking horse paste either.
And what were you saying? They became infertile?
Oh yeah, 85. I saw an article today. 85% of men who take this horse paste end up sterile, meaning they can't have kids anymore.
And what's next? Someone's going to think, "Oh shit! Like I don't want babies. Maybe I'll do that instead of getting surgery to get my my shit cut."
Yeah, like.
Damn, would you ever do that? Get clipped? Like if you were. If let's say you don't want kids, right? So let's say you did meet someone and you knew you didn't want kids. Would you
get clipped?
What's the word for that? Vasectomy?
Vasectomy, yeah.
Yeah, vasectomy.
I don't know. Like when I say I don't know, I don't mean like, oh, maybe I will want to have kids. It's just like sorry.
It's a big decision.
Sorry if this is like TMI, but just like the feeling of like nutting and then just seeing you fucking give somebody a facial is just nice.
Yeah. So if you get a vasectomy, you'll just shoot blanks.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
You still
weird.
have the orgasm, but you just don't shoot anything out.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Man. Well, I wonder what percentage of guys actually do that. I've thought about it before because we don't plan on having kids at all, and it's kind of comforting just knowing, hey, there's no worries.
I mean, it would be easier for you to get clipped than for your wife to have that.
But then
have
again,
the tubes tied.
It's something in me is just saying, no. Something saying, oh, just keep it the way it is, But I don't know. Maybe one day, but I don't feel the need to.
You'll never be able.
But it's kind of convenient if you if you think about it, it's kind of convenient if you don't want kids.
Yeah.
But,
of course.
I don't, even if you're sure something is going to work out, like a relationship, no one ever knows, no matter what.
Yeah, maybe you and your wife divorce, and then your next.
You never know. Even if you're the happiest as ever, as you could be.
What's the name?
You never know.
Your second wife wants kids.
But then again, maybe I wouldn't.
The doll wife.
Oh, like
I forgot what name we gave her before, but
like a doll wife?
Yeah, remember we your second wife, obviously, she's not gonna be the same person.
Be like
that
one of those life-size dolls?
No, fool. Like she's like simple-minded. She's dumb.
Oh,
like she gets impressed when you like buy her like simple gifts. She's like a dumb doll.
A space cadet.
What?
A space cadet?
What the fuck are you talking about? Space cadet?
Someone who's out there?
Someone who's out there. All right, that's a roundabout way of saying a dummy, but all right.
Oh, shit. But, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to go with.
Trophy wife. That's the fucking word I was looking for. Trophy wife. Yeah, fucking glitz, glamour, dummy.
Are all trophy wives like that, though?
Yes. The trophy wives. They're known for just being hot. You don't have to be. You don't have to fucking try when you're hot.
Okay.
Life's like on easy mode.
Yep. They're not living on recruit difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
But who knows? So that's why I don't want to do it. So if someone wants to do it out there, then hey, more power to you.
Sure, but
me for the most part, I don't like going down under anesthesia. It's weird to me.
Scary.
Just knowing that, I could sleep on my own and feel good about it. But
when I wake up from anesthesia, I feel like shit.
something about me being forced to sleep. That's kind of weird.
That's the shitty part.
Yeah.
All right.
Like just the thought of it. We have
Understandable.
no choice.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be put to sleep.
It's understandable, man.
Hmm. I've had one surgery in my life. Wait, 2 surgeries in my lifetime.
I've had one.
Yeah. One, I had a tonsil removed when I was younger because apparently I was getting fevers all the time.
Mm.
So I remember as a kid, I would often like hallucinate. I would see things.
Okay.
And like I would be in the garage or something, and then I saw like a hole through the wall, and I'd see people staring back at me. Things like that. Weird shit.
This was all because of a fever?
Yeah, I was like always in fever mode. So my parents thought that was obviously a problem, and they found that it was my tonsils. Basically, they were doing something to me. I think they were just, I don't know, they were bad tonsils. I don't know.
Yeah, I had
But the doctor recommended we remove them, and after that was it. But apparently, it was the high fevers that were doing that.
Interesting. I had a lot of fevers as a kid too,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't get my tonsils removed till later as an adult. That's
See?
the first surgery that I went to get my tonsils removed.
See, yeah, tonsils get in the way, and apparently you don't even need them.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's like why are they even there?
They
Like,
have
what
no purpose
yeah.
anymore. Maybe before they did.
You know, when we were monkeys.
When we were monkeys. Yeah. And it's weird because I still remember when I was in the surgery room, or just the pre-packet area or the pre-surgery area.
Yeah.
And I was on the table. I was a kid, and I knew I was like in a hospital or some medical facility.
Okay.
And my parents were basically telling me to, you know, that little thing that they put on your face and then you go to sleep.
Yeah, man.
They were trying to make me feel comfortable about it, so they're warming me up to it. They're saying, you know, once you put that thing on your face, you just blow on it as hard as you can, because there's gonna be a balloon that pops out. So the more you blow, the bigger the balloon.
Okay.
So I was put under, or
Yeah.
I was put on, or I had the mask put on my face.
Okay.
And I was blowing like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then before you know it,
That was to trick you to suck in the anesthesia.
I never saw that damn balloon.
Yeah, man.
But I guess that's a nice way of, you know, making me feel comforted.
Yeah. Bless your parents.
Yeah, that was when I was getting my tonsils removed. But that's the last memory I remember of any tonsil or any problems with fevers or tonsils or anything. That's it. But it's pretty significant.
Okay.
Any significant things that went on in your life that you feel?
Just the GuillainBarre shit. I don't know if I talked about that on the podcast.
I don't think you have.
There was a period of time in my life where I wasn't able to walk. Turns out that I had Guillain-Barré syndrome, and basically what it is, it's an autoimmune disorder that eats away at your nervous system. Your body
sounds scary.
Confuses your nervous system for a virus and starts to eat away at it.
Oof.
That's why I lost feeling in my legs and my hands.
Damn. What were you thinking at that point when you started noticing, and then did it come gradually? Like, oh shit, I feel a little different today. Or...
Yeah, because I woke up and my hand was numb. I was like, all right, that's kind of weird. Probably just slept on it wrong.
Yeah.
And then, that happened a couple times over the course of a few days. And then it started to spread to my legs. Like, oh shit, my foot is numb this morning.
Fuck.
So, I'd wake it up. I'd be like, all right, guess it was just nothing.
Did you tell anyone at this point?
Yeah, I was telling my mom and my grandparents, and they kind of just brushed it off, didn't take it too seriously.
Like, oh, he's growing.
We went to no, because I was like 17 at the time, and it's not like I was gonna grow anymore. So we made doctor's appointments. Like, I went to go see a doctor at fucking Kaiser over there in Stockton. And I think in total I saw like 3 doctors, like 3 different appointments. Whoa. And each time they told me like, no, I don't know what's wrong with them. That's it. That's all they fucking told us.
And
I don't know what's wrong with them.
It's rare enough that they don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. And
That's
then
crazy.
I remember this fucking one lady saw me. To this day, I'm not even fucking convinced that she's a real doctor. Because she, I went in there, I told her, like, I don't have any feelings in my hands and legs. And then she told me to look away and guess which finger she was touching. And then I was like, okay. And, she touched finger. I was like, I don't know, the middle. She's like, no. I was like, oh, okay. Index finger. She's like, yeah. And then she did that a couple times with like my toes and shit. And when she was done, she was like, well, I don't know what's wrong with them. So I was like, dude, why the fuck did we even come here for?
She just wanted to fill you up.
Like, I guess, man. I don't even fucking know. I honestly don't think she was a fucking doctor.
Maybe
I think
she was an intern doctor.
She was like somebody who like fucking snuck into the hospital just to feel up on a 17-year-old boy. You fucking pervert.
Nah, that'd be crazy. Is that the same hospital that I gave you the 3D glasses, or
no?
like
that
the
was
Pixel?
that was a different hospital.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so after thank God for my grandpa, because he was the one who convinced my mom to take me to the emergency room. And then they took me to the emergency room, which was in Manteca, so it was like 45 minutes away.
Right. So they didn't want to go back to the Stockton hospital, or
my mom, she just, I don't know what, I would have to ask her, but maybe she just didn't want to deal with it at the time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we went to the emergency room, and that's when they started to get the ball rolling. Some doctor there, bless him, he was like, he saw that I didn't have feelings in my arms and legs, and he was like, all right, that's pretty weird, let's run some tests, which I feel like the first fucking doctor should have done, but hey,
yeah,
I'm not a doctor, so maybe they don't teach critical thinking.
And this was an emergency, mind you. These guys are usually rushing, and this guy decided to do all this.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was very, very nice one, because I don't know for what fucking reason, but that night the emergency room was like pretty fucking busy.
Yeah.
And then he finally got an empty room, and then he got me in there and started doing the tests. So like they get spinal fluid, fucking blood tests
from top to bottom, just
and
everything.
Then, and I think he like made a few calls or something and asked what this is necessarily, and that's when they started to refer to me neurologist. Someone who specifically studies nerves. And then that guy was like, oh, all right, yeah, you got Guillain-Barre syndrome. It's pretty rare.
Shit.
But yeah.
That's his shit. That's his specialty.
And then luckily, they did have a cure for it. I think at the time the medicine was still like experimental.
Yeah.
Kind of, but thankfully it worked.
But man, that's so awesome that you somehow ended up at the right doctor at the right time, like before it was too late.
Thankfully, yeah, because I was reading online, and if you let it go on for too long, it starts to spread to like other parts of your body. And then after I was like treated like with the medicine, it was just all like
just like physical therapy.
Physical therapy at that point. The place that I went to, some hospital in Davis, I think. They told me that they also had another boy that was there with Guillain-Barre syndrome, and he couldn't move at all.
Damn.
He could only move his eyes.
Holy fuck.
I'm like, Jesus, man.
Like that kid was too late. Unless it spread faster. Who knows?
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. But he would, they said that he was able to walk out of there, but still, dude, I mean, you ever...
That's scary.
It's a weird feeling not being able to feel your arms and legs. Like before, I couldn't even pick up a fucking cup of water.
Fuck. Where you have like no control over yourself.
Yeah.
That's got to be scary and frustrating at the same time.
Yeah, I couldn't walk. Shit sucks,
and
man.
confusing at the same time.
Yeah,
as well.
because I thought it was gonna be a quick fix, but then the doctor told me like, hey, just to let you know, this is like months. You're looking at months right now.
Yeah.
Like you're probably not even gonna walk for like a year.
Holy shit.
I'm like, shit, man, not a year. But then like
damn,
6 months of physical therapy, and I was pretty much back to how I was before.
Are you ever concerned that it may resurface? Is that something that ever crosses your mind, or
Yeah, but they said that if it ever happens again, that's even more rare.
Oh, okay.
It's even, like
So
it's more rare to
basically,
get a
it's
second time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, man. Well, kudos to
So
both you and the doctor
yeah.
because as a as a young person dealing with that shit.
I mean, it sucked, man.
Yep.
Like the physical therapy when because I can't move my legs on my own, so somebody else had to do it for me. That shit fucking hurt.
Yep.
Like apparently, on your nerves, they have like a shield on them
Oh,
to prevent pain.
gotcha.
Like, but because my nerves got eaten away at by my immune system,
Damn.
that shield was gone. And every time, like even if I brushed my foot on my blanket, which I would do every fucking day, it felt like knives were stabbing my foot.
Fuck,
Shit hurt. Sucked.
man.
Yeah.
That.
But thankfully, I'm not like that anymore. So, if you wake up and you notice your fingers and your legs going numb,
Mm-hmm.
go see a neurologist. Don't see a fucking doctor. Those idiots don't know what the fuck they're doing. They should have their medical licenses revoked.
Well, the neurologist would be a doctor, but he's specialized in neurology.
Yeah.
Yeah. See
Go
a neurologist.
Yeah, see a specialist.
Yeah, specialist. Because the other doctors might have just been just the general practice.
Healthcare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
But
dummies.
that goes to show if you think something's wrong, then just keep get a second opinion. Because, it's your body in the end,
Well, for me, it took 4 doctors.
Fuck.
So maybe get a 4th opinion. Because the first 3 are going to be fucking stupid.
Oh, shit. But I'm glad everything worked out.
Oh, thankfully.
And-
Imagine if I was confined to a fucking wheelchair for the rest of my life. God damn.
Oh, man.
It'd be horrible.
Yep. Or basically where you could only move your eyes. That's scary.
You know what it's like being a fucking 17-year-old kid and your hand is numb? You can't even fucking jack off, man. And I was stuck inside a goddamn hospital.
You can't even do that.
I did it once. I did it one time. One time I did. Yeah.
Maybe that's what the doctor was trying to do. The one that was trying to fill you up was like, she knows you
Trying to get me to jack off.
Yeah. She's all like, could you feel this?
Yeah.
Or maybe you didn't even know she was filling you up because you couldn't feel it.
No, my mom was there with me. I'm pretty sure she would have told me if the doctor filled me up. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jacking off in a hospital is weird, man. I don't think.
Are you like, what am I doing?
I don't think I could ever do it again. No, like, cause like, I can't walk. I could barely use my hands. I'm like trying to jack off, and it's not like.
So is it more like this motion, like you're trying to, like you can't use your hands, so you use like your.
I think it was like just like
yeah,
like some sort of cupping.
Whatever works.
Yeah,
at that point.
But then like it's not like I can go clean myself off, because I can't fucking walk. So I had
they've had people like even the organization I'm with, they've had people jerk off in the beds and stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And nastier things than that, but
well, fuck, dude, I had the courtesy to do it into a rag. You know what I mean? And then when the fucking people came and put me on a wheelchair, I sneakily threw it into the dirty laundry hamper thing.
Yep. Well, I mean, you're courteous.
Well, yeah, I'm not fucking coming on the sheets and shit. That's just fucking gross.
And then you basically just tell your nurse, clean this up, please.
Yeah.
And then you just get satisfaction that they're cleaning your shit up.
Ugh. Fuck no, I don't want
that
anybody.
Is truly sickening.
Yeah, I don't want anybody cleaning my shit up.
But man, life, has some weird things.
Yeah. What time are we at?
We are at 1:04.
It's good for me. Thank you everybody for listening to this podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Bye bye everyone.
Wait, are you gonna be here this weekend?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah, all right, because you're going on. Well, never mind. Anyways, catch us on IG and Twitter at GuillainWeenies. That's CONWEENIES. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you later.